Hello all loonies and normals, my name is Joe Silver. Welcome to my channel. This week I'm going to talk about music in video games, its role, some of the songs I like, some of the songs I look at and think, ugh. But, well, I don't know about songs specific that I go, ugh, but how some of the music in video games is that way. Anyway, let's get started. Basically, if you notice, you're playing your favourite video game and they always have music in sweeping inspirational music, depressive music, cheeky music, all different types of music in there. And really what I'm talking about is not only my opinion of the music, but also its role in the video games. And I think we'll start with the role, because the role of the music in video games, in case anybody's not aware, generally speaking, is not just there to fill in background so that you have something in the background. It's not just filler, that's what I'm trying to say. Actually, the music in video games, especially in story-rich video games, is to affect your mood, to make you feel what that person is feeling. So a person goes through a deep tragedy, and of course immediately the sad violin music starts playing, and they make you feel depressed a little, so that you can feel what that character is feeling. He or she is feeling like the bottom has just dropped out of his world, and he or she doesn't know where to turn. And so the sweeping music comes in, the sad music, and you can feel it. You can think, oh, I feel so sorry for this person, because the music has helped push you along in that way. Or something epic happens and suddenly victory music appears, or epic music appears, like, for example, Two Steps from Hell, Dragon Rider. Look that up. That is definitely epic victory music. You know, don't worry, I won't sing it. I'm not very good at singing. But, something like that happens, and suddenly you get the big epic music, and then you feel, yeah, I did something wonderful, and you feel really good. Or maybe you get the cheeky music, the little sort of jumps about a bit and plays in a certain way, and you think, this character's cheeky. This character is a little mischievous, and you can sort of feel that's how the character is, because you can hear the music, and you can hear the sweeping up and down bits of the music, and you think, yeah, this character is a bit cheeky, isn't he? And it sort of helps you to sort of see what they want you to see about the character. Or maybe you get the heartbeat music, where it's just like a boom, boom, boom type noise with a little bit of music around it. And you think, something intense is happening here, and you're sort of bracing yourself for the intense moment of something happening, something like that. The music sort of pushes you along, and that's what it's for. It's very rarely is it filler. I mean, it's in a game like City Skylines, it's more filler, because you're playing a city building game. So in that, I think the music is generally more filler, ambient, but like I said, in story-rich games, generally speaking, the music tends to give you the idea of what's going on, and tends to give you a rough idea of just what these characters are or aren't. Like the evil music for the evil character. Again, Darth Vader's, can anybody hear the Imperial March that they plays during Darth Vader without thinking of Darth Vader and the evil that he brought? It's synonymous with him now, isn't it? This is what I'm saying. The thing is, that's the role of music in video games, is to say to pull you in and to say, this character is this character is this situation is this situation. So you got like battle music for when you go into battle and you think, yay, and it sort of cheers you up ready for battle, and yeah, let's get going. Put it this way, if you were about to go to battle and suddenly a really sad, depressing violin music start playing, you'd be going, what? Why is this sad music playing? This doesn't make sense. It wouldn't sit right in your mind. And this is why I'm saying, because in your mind you know this is not filler. This is important stuff. This is trying to get you into the right mood. So if the wrong music played, you would notice. Whereas if, you know, if you're going along at 100 miles an hour trying to fight really hard and Naya Cap started playing, you'd be like, what the heck? Has some troll got into my stream and started putting in troll music? Or if you're not streaming, you know, is my mum and dad playing tricks on me? Because if just suddenly this weird music started playing that doesn't fit, you would be all over it. You would notice. Music very rarely is filler. It has a goal. Like I said, in certain games like City Skylines, SimCity, maybe even in The Sims, you know, although they don't really play music in The Sims, but you know, in certain games where there is not much story, where things are happening and you're doing things, but generally speaking, it's just to help fill in the space so that it's not dead air, then yes, it's filler. But let's be honest, the story-rich games, the ones where music helps push you along the story, like RPG games and stuff like that, you have to admit that some of that music, if it was the wrong music, it would not make sense. I mean, to be honest with you though, some cases the music is so trash that I've turned it off. For example, in Skate 3, they let you pick which songs play and which songs don't. And do you know, out of all the songs on that game, 5 was the only amount I would let play. Lover's Leap, I forget who it's by now, but it's a sort of reggae type tune. Cool Out Son, another sort of reggae type tune. You can look these up on Google, by the way. Crackling Rosie by Neil Diamond. Cheeseburger Coming Home. Yes, there is actually a band called Cheeseburger. You can look it up. And Going Up the Country by Canned Heat. Those 5 I would let play. Anything else was heavy, nasty rap crud, the kind that you would perhaps associate with skateboarders, I don't know. But whatever it was nasty. And it was horrible. And it was loud. And I was like, oh, this is disgusting. So I switched them off. I said, right, no, I'm not having that. And the thing is, at the end of the day, it was not to push you up or to bring you down or anything like that. In that case, it was filler, because you're skating around on a skateboard. So, you know. So, do you know what I mean? So I just switched off the ones I didn't like and said, right, scrap that. Those 5 are playing, no others. And that was it. For the whole game, I had 5 songs playing on repeat. Yeah? But it didn't bother me. I mean, many people would be like, how can you do that? 5 songs for a whole game? But it's because the rest was so nasty and horrible and disgusting that I was like, I'm not listening to this. Because let's be honest, at the end of the day, some of the rap music is just awful. It's like, I effed your mother the other night, and it's like, I don't want to know that, thank you very much. Go boil your head. You know, they're shouting about, that's what all rap music is talking about N-bombs, talking about women in a derogatory manner, talking about who you made love to the other night, and all that crud, and it's like, do we really want to know this? No. Anyway, let's not get off track. That's liable to end up in a rant, and I'm not interested in ranting. You know, but let's be honest, rap music is very nasty. However, video game music can be some of the most epic songs you have ever heard, or it can be some of the most nasty stuff you've ever heard. I've already given examples of the nasty, for example, the rap music and the loud heavy metal stuff that they have sometimes, that where you can't understand a word they're saying because all they're doing is going, roar, roar, I I'm having a heart attack here, but it sounds like music. Yeah, that kind of stuff. Yeah. You know, that kind of loud roaring like they're having a heart attack, but everybody is going, yay! And it's like, no, he's literally not well. It's like, oh, I thought he was singing. Yes, we won't go into that, like I said. But my point is, I've talked about that, but some of the good music, I mean, for example, Sonic Heroes, whether you hate it or love it, had some of the best music I've ever heard in a Sonic game. I mean, this music was the kind of music you could listen to walking down the street and people could not immediately turn around and go, why are you listening to Sonic music? Because they wouldn't know unless they played those games. Crush 40, What I'm Made Of. Julian K, I think it is, This Machine. Alright, Team Chaotix, maybe they might get an inclination that's a video game, but even that to some degree. Sonic Heroes had the kind of music where it didn't sound like video game music, because let's be honest, we all know what video game music generally sounds like. Generally speaking, there's a certain quality about the music and you go, well, that's video game music. That belongs in a video game. Not this music. This music, it was like, it sounded just like some pop band or whatever had got together and they had just made a song. And suddenly it's in a video game and you're like, whoa. For example, again, I'm not going to try and sing it, but Crush 40, What I'm Made Of. When you listen to some of the lyrics, it's like, I don't care what you're thinking as you turn to me, because what I have in my two hands is enough to set me free. It has a very, maybe a little bit of a Bon Jovi feel to it, you know, the song Wanted Dead and Alive. Maybe a little bit of that kind of feel to it, but it's Crush 40 and it's in a video game. It's talking about Sonic Heroes. It's talking, and it's during the final boss that you're fighting. I won't give spoilers, but during the final boss that you fight in that video game, this music's playing while you're a Super Sonic fighting the thing. And no, that's not a spoiler. We all know that at the end of Sonic video games you go Super Sonic. That's part of the video games. But I won't go into spoilers as to who you're fighting. But the person you are fighting, this music plays while you're fighting them. And you can find that online and you can listen to it. And I'll swear you wouldn't know it was a song, it was a video game music. You wouldn't have a clue. This Machine you might get a clue because it talks about things like Chaos Control and E123. And so if you know any of the Sonic, you're looking and going, well, that's video game music. But you wouldn't know for certain. You wouldn't know for certain until certain points when you suddenly went, whoa, hang on a minute. Because that was how they made their music in that game. And that was epic. In my opinion, that was amazing because it was like, this is cool. And like I said, you walk along the street listening to the music and people can't immediately pull you aside and say, hey, why are you listening to video game music? Because it doesn't sound like it. It was epic. It was amazing. That was some of the best music I heard. And I thought, you know what, that is brilliant. And like I said, so I started listening to it outside the video game. I started doing that, you know, because that's what it was. And this is what I'm saying. But this is my point. Sometimes the music in video games can be amazing. It can really get you going. And I'm sure anyone watching this vlog will have their own examples of games, video game music that you could listen to outside a video game and nobody would know it's a video game. Or even just video game music you like listening to outside the video game, even though people know it is and you don't care. Because it's that good. Like I said, some of the music can be trash. I have heard some real humdinger rubbish in some of the video games and had to turn it off. I mean, there is music that gives you headaches. There is music that where it is all swearing and it is disgusting and you go, I'm not listening to this. I don't want anything to do with this. I mean, sometimes in, like, for example, FIFA games, the music for the video game wasn't video game music. For example, Rock Mafia. For example, some others. Presets, Ghosts. That one that goes, once I was a very young man, and very young men are sometimes not too clever, and so on. And I think it became a tradition in FIFA that they would give you samples of upcoming music that was meant to be in the pop world. So in that case, it's not video game music, it's real music. But in most cases, the video game music can be good, it can be bad. But at the end of the day, as I said at the beginning, it has a role in video games. I think if you switched off, if you played certain games and switched off all music, it wouldn't work. You wouldn't feel anything for the characters. If you tried to switch off the music and play the story-driven game where, you know, where the ones where it tries to make you, where sad music plays, or happy music or epic music, if you switched all of that off and tried to play that video game, something really sad would happen and you'd be like, well, it's a bit upsetting, but I don't know, I mean, it's just a video game. Or, well, it's kind of cool that I'd managed to do this, but it's just a video game. The point is, it wouldn't move you as much, and the reason is because the video game music, it helps to push you. Because at the end of the day, music can definitely affect our emotions. Have you ever seen a man or a woman sat there listening to a song, absolutely sobbing their eyes out because the song is just so beautiful that they're crying? Or have you ever seen a man or a woman who is depressed, and you put on a really happy song and suddenly they're laughing and joking and happy and enjoying themselves because the music has lifted them up and they feel happy? You know, these things happen because this is what music does. And so this is why the music in video games is what it is. Anyway, I have rambled on enough. And so, thank you for listening to me. If you have liked what you've seen here, leave me a like, a sub and a comment down below. Let me be clear though, any swearing in the comments will be deleted. Please don't. But if you have any decent comments to say, I'm happy to leave them there. Even if you say you hate my vlogs, as long as you do it without swearing, I'll leave the comment there. However, also, if you have a suggestion for what I should talk about next week, please leave that in the comment down below. Thank you again for bearing with me through my many detours as I go all around the houses. But seriously, thank you so much again for watching. I have been Joe Silver. This has been a vlog. Goodbye.